Welcome to Holding On with Holder, where I talk to interesting people about interesting topics. My name is Steve Holder, and I am your host. My guest this evening is Paypa Staxx, host of the No Emotion podcast. Welcome, Paypa.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Glad to have you with me this evening.
Oh man, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
I'm glad my friend Essence Rains told me to contact you. I enjoyed talking to her. She is a sweet
Oh
lady.
yeah. Oh yeah. She one of my biggest fans. I love her to death, man. Know what I mean?
Yeah,
Our content is good and all that, man.
yeah,
Definitely.
yeah, she is sweet. So first of all, tell us who you are. How would you describe yourself?
Well, I'm Paypa Staxx, host of No Emotion Podcast. Um, well, it's a pretty male-driven podcast. Um, when you was young, you ever watch Bambi Mama die?
Watch what?
When you was young, you ever seen the movie Bambi?
Yeah, yeah.
You remember when Bambi Mama died?
I don't remember that detail, no, but it's been a long time.
Oh,
It's
all
been a
right,
long
all right.
time.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm growing up as a young boy, you're not allowed to cry a lot. You know what I mean? You're not allowed to get sad or you're not allowed to, do too much. And you hold those emotions in for too long. And it's to the point to where they get buried to where, you don't show them no more. So
Yeah.
that's why I got the No Emotion podcast theme from.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, I know little boys are taught to suck it up.
Right. Right. Exactly.
Pretend we have no feelings, even though we're
Right.
dying on the inside, right?
Right, exactly. Now, if you hold those feelings in for 21 years, when you do try to express them, what's going to happen? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to come out. So that's what the whole thing comes. It's more of a male-based podcast, No Emotion podcast.
Okay,
So
a good
yeah,
deal.
and
Most of my listeners are males anyway, so that's all
right,
fine and good. Yeah. So
right, right, right.
do you follow politics and current events?
I follow a little of this, a little of that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Come on, let's
So
talk.
what do you think about the present state of the world?
The present state of the world is self-destruction. I mean, it's just the
Elaborate
way
on
it
that.
is. Elaborate on that is let me tell you, all right, let me give you an analogy, right? Um, you remember, well, not remember, but you heard in history, pioneers, people, civilizations, they come, um, they migrate, they build up civilizations and they function, right? So
Yeah.
what happens after that civilization over functions, right? It start after something just over functions, it start deteriorating into itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like a
Turns in on
uh,
itself.
exactly because it has nowhere else to go. That's
Yeah.
what I think the present world is in. It's to the point to where we've already then reached max, well, not max, but we've reached a very substantial, you know what I mean, survival rate and all those other things. But at the same time, it seems like all of that is collapsing on us. And
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, see, we think we wanted something until we actually got it. You might get what you want, but you're not gonna want what you get.
Yeah. So do you think things are going to get better anytime soon?
No, why would it? Has it ever? Tell
No.
me that. Tell me that, Mr. Holden. When has it ever? Name any period of time when it
Yeah.
has gotten like it's just not going to happen. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I mean, but it is wishful thinking. It
Yeah.
is wishful thinking. But I mean, at the end of the day, I will say this: that it's always tough to acknowledge the truth. Everybody want the truth to be what you want it to be.
Yeah.
I would
Exactly.
love the truth to be what I would want it to be. but at the end of the day, it's not.
Yeah.
It's the truth. And I wish that instead of me, you, people, instead of us listening to the media and paying attention to everything CNN or the Breakfast Club or whoever got to say, why don't we open our eyes and look around us? Because we to the point to where we will believe something we hear on the internet before we believe what we see with our own eyes.
Yeah. And we get so much crammed down our throat by the media that isn't true. And it's best to take it all with a grain of salt.
Yeah. You know what? If people were made to all be talked to at one point in time, we would be telekinesis. We would be like ants or something. It's just not meant to be. You know what I mean? We're not meant to be talked to all at once. You know what I mean? You know, and that's what really, that got a lot to do with it. You know, just, you know, that, you know, just spread the information, and everybody don't need to know everything. I mean, I understand the concept of leading the sheep. You never tell the sheep where you're going, because then if you did, you give the sheep a choice whether they want to go or not. We don't need that. The sheep need to go where I want them to go. So yeah, you don't tell the sheep where you know. I understand that concept, but you know, I would think it would be better control on what the sheep is accessible to if I could have a gripe on that point, you know?
Yeah. Well, can we talk about racism a little bit?
Let's do it.
All right.
You're talking to paper.
All right. Now, do you think we're doing any better as far as racism is concerned in America? Are we better than we was 10 years ago, or are we getting worse, or about the same, or what do you think?
I think we was better 50 years ago.
You think it was better then?
Yeah. And a lot of people, I get a lot of gripe for this, you know what I mean? But I'm a realist, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna say this before I say this on your show, let me let you know. I think all people are equal. Paypa has nothing against nobody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think all people are equal, but I am a realist, right? I feel like we shouldn't have ended segregation. I feel like segregation was too early. We had stuff
that was
to
a good
do.
thing?
No, ending segregation?
Yeah.
No, that was bad.
That was a bad thing?
Yes.
So you think the races should be separated?
Let me explain.
Okay.
Segregation was premature. We was not built yet, right? Black people as a community, as a whole, we was not established enough to end segregation and have any resources that we had, because we didn't have that much. We weren't established enough to, you know, we weren't established enough to end segregation. I think that if it wouldn't end when it did, I think by now we would be 2021, we would definitely be to the point that we can unsegregate. But due to the fact that it happened when it did, it was too early. It was too early because our community in a whole was too volatile.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was too volatile at the time to do that. You know what I'm saying? We needed all of our power, all of our resources, all of our money, all of our attention on us. We was coming out of the hole.
So you all weren't prepared to assimilate equally. Is that what you're saying?
We wasn't.
You didn't have a chance.
We could have had a chance, but we wasn't ready.
Yeah.
We just wasn't ready. We just wasn't. You know what I mean?
And it wasn't your fault. It wasn't the fault. It wasn't the fault of the black people. It was the white supremacy and the
exactly. Yeah, exactly. The thing is about it, it wasn't. I mean, the thing is about it is that white supremacy, slavery, the whole slave trade, that was one thing. You know what I mean? You got to understand is that what slavery in what 1988
something.
Let's see, yeah, late coming into the 1900, right?
Yeah.
All right. So from 1900 to I'm gonna say when it was 1964 was the end of the civil rights movement. I think so. 64, 65. Okay, so you're trying to tell me that physically, right, like mentally, that 400 years of oppression, and we supposed to be established and ready. We're supposed to have reversed that in 65 years. I mean, the thing is about it is this: if you got a dog and you beat that dog and you make that dog fight, you beat that dog and you make that dog fight for 3 years, and then give that dog 3 more years of not fighting. If that dog go out and bite somebody, do you blame the dog?
No.
Now, let me explain this for the naysayers that want to say, well, you wasn't in slavery, you blah, 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 blah. The thing is this, right? You know what I'm saying? We was in slavery, that mind state, that characteristic, a lot of the characteristics that mind state for people to say that some, that subconsciously some mental traits is not hereditary. That, I mean, that's crazy. A subconscious mental health issues are hereditary.
Yeah.
That's why, mental health people have mental health babies. It's hereditary, right? So subconscious mental health has been passed, subconscious mental disability or health has been passed down for years and years and years and years and years, right? Right.
Yeah.
So that's one thing, right? And on top of that, you're trying to tell me you got a set of people, right, that have worked for years and years and years and years, right? Finally got together, and they finally established something in the 60s and in the 50s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. They established housing, community. We had grocery stores, we had bus lines. We established all of that, right? And just to fast forward from 64 to, I don't know, I'm gonna say 80, 90 crack era or whatever, to go from that to this, and now me up to the point to where, I don't nobody in my family own a house. I was destined into poverty. And then on top of that, the subconscious mental health that's been passed down. And it ain't my fault, it ain't my parents' fault. It's all been passed down. It's all stuff that our parents told us. And all that trickles down all the way to the day. That's why I feel like we had stuff to work on before we should have stopped segregating.
I see what you're saying. I see what
You know
you're
what I
saying.
mean?
Yeah. It always bugs me when I hear people say that there's no such thing as systemic racism. I mean, I always like to point out to them, our forefathers that started this country, they were all rich, white men, and they were the only ones that could vote for many, many years. Right? So if that's the foundation, everything built on that foundation has to be racist and classist and sexist, right?
Right. Got to be.
Got to be. Yeah.
Yeah. And listen, man, I'm Paypa Staxx, No Emotion Podcast, right? I'm probably the only one that'll say that. That'll say this. When I think about it, because I call it straight down the middle. If me and my brethren was a foreign people that came to a land and wanted to establish a, long story short, hell, if I was on that end, I would have did it too. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying, you know what I'm saying? I understand. I understand why it was done. I understand what was done. I understand why it was done. You know what I mean? I understand why it was done. But at the same time, that don't stop the fact that it was done. And that still don't, negate the fact that, we got work to do, and it's a little more than, reparations. I'm gonna say that. It's a little more than reparations. We got years and years of mental rebuilding to do. We all do.
Do you think reparations are necessary? You think that'd be a good thing?
I think it'll be a good thing. It'll be a start. But the only thing reparation would do is build wealth. My ideal reparations, what I think should happen, right, is that every single Black person should get free education and an 800 credit score from the time they turn 18. 800 credit score and free education, right? Because then then at least you give us a chance to, one, own something, two, give us a chance to, you know what I'm saying, without no money, not having to scrape up money for education, give us a chance to do better for our future generations.
Yeah.
I don't think they should give us no $30,000 check for what? What we gonna do? Blow it on Newports and liquor? That's stupid. It's stupid. You know what I'm saying? No, give us 800 credit score, give us a free education, and you know, we're gonna backtrack to this 50 years from now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because we
Yeah,
have,
I'd be in favor of that.
right. We have damaged, you know, these people so much. You know what I'm saying? We have damaged the people so much, and you know, it's to the point where we don't know. I know who my great granddaddy is. I know who his daddy is, but other than that, I don't know where I come from. I come from Georgia, as far as I know. I come from Georgia.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure you can trace your roots back far.
I have traced them back to the United Kingdom.
Right. Oh, that's dope. That's dope. You gonna go back there?
I was born in Tennessee, but my roots.
Oh man, you gotta
chased my
go.
way back to the UK in the 1500s.
Oh, you gotta go though. You gotta go.
Yeah, I'd like to sometime.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like, you know, you erase, you know what I'm saying? You erase the people's whole history. I can't go back to Africa and be like, hey, y'all miss me? No, it don't work like that. I can't go back to Africa. I got to make my roots here. So if I'm gonna make my roots here, and you know, I went and asked a bit, it's wrong. I'm put in the situation to where, you know, it's designed for me to lose. If I'm gonna make my roots here, at least, you know, compromise me for, you know, for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think about Black Lives Matter, the organization, not the movement, but the organization itself? Is that a good thing?
Black Lives Matter. Good question. Because I got a 2-part question to this. Or a 2-point answer to this. Thing is about it, when Black Lives Matter first came, I wasn't for it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm completely honest. When Black Lives Matter came, I wasn't for it. You know what I'm saying? Because Black lives only really matter sometimes, and I didn't like that, right? But after the whole George Floyd thing and all whatever, Black Lives Matter started getting some steam. So, you know, said me being the logical mind I am, I mean, hell, you know, I can't sit up. I mean, hell, if Black Lives Matter catches steam, then hell, damn that, Black Lives Matter. We're gonna roll with it. Forget it. You know what I'm saying? And that's my stance on it. Am I a fan of Black Lives Matter? No, but they got the stage, so I kind of gotta, you know, deal with it. You know what I mean? I kind of got to deal with it. So whatever.
Yeah. What do you think about the police? You think we should do away with the police?
Nah, we should do it with the police, but we do need to get better training, and I think that we need to loosen up on some of the requirements for some of these cops, because I'm gonna tell you why. If you had requirements for cops, you can't have if you stole a blockbuster movie and didn't return it, they're like, oh no, you can't be a cop, right? All right. Not saying that, you know, everybody that don't commit crimes are like this, but we also talking about what, 300,000, what's the police numbers, like 300,000, so like all this, right? But you put these people they have never been in real situations and they panic. Do I think the police tried to kill? No, I think they was terrified at their mind. I think that it's you know, and like I said, when I say Black people got trauma, they didn't deal with it. I also think white people got trauma too. You know what I'm saying? Don't take no offense. I told you, I don't know what I mean. I'm not none of that, but yeah, trauma too, because I know what it is. It's not that, you know, y'all, it's not that y'all are not trained or not. It's a lot of times it's fear. You know what I mean? It's fear. It's like these young kids scared out of their mind, like they seen a real life boogeyman. You know what I mean? I think, kind of in a way, it's kind of like a subconscious defeat already. They already, as soon as they see this black man, they already know that, well, no, I think that he could jump out of his car there and rip them limb for limb. You know what I'm saying? That subconscious is like a boogeyman type of thing, and it's not like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like that. And I noticed that because I lived in places that was primarily white, you know, and in those places I understood why some white people don't understand. You know, it's white people out here that say that police brutality thing don't exist, right? And then I would say it do. I cannot understand why they cannot say it exists, but you got to put yourself in the mind of a white kid born and raised in, I don't know, Boulder, Colorado or something. You know what I mean? And he's always had good encounters with police. He's never seen that many black people to see police encounter with. So he would think that, man, that's bull. Police don't do that. I've never seen nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So put yourself in the mind of him, telling him that this is happening. He's never seen that. He's never been there. So that's what made me understand why they don't understand, if that makes sense.
Yeah. You think most cops are good or most of them are bad?
I think most are good. I think most are good for the most. But I think that it is a very, very severe case of a whole bunch of retraining, a whole bunch of reprogramming, a whole bunch of stuff, because you know, some of the things that these people are getting killed over is ridiculous.
It
And
is. Yeah.
yeah, you know, and then I feel like just like they're like we were just talking about Black Lives Matter, right? Um the reason why I wasn't digging them at first, because for one thing, they seem to have jumped on every single case after the Tamir Rice case. Are you familiar with the Tamir Rice?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I think that should have been the vocal point, a big vocal point for Black Lives Matter, but it wasn't. That's why I didn't really mess with them at first, but they caught steam, so whatever, right? So I say that to say this. If you look at that case and the way that was handled, that should tell you that it definitely is, because any other case you could probably say, oh, he resisted arrest and all this other stuff. Okay, cool, I can give you that. But when you explain the Tamir Rice case and you see that with your own eyes, you try to tell me there's not a severe need for training?
Now,
How?
was he the kid that was a toy gun?
With the BB gun, yeah, in the
okay.
park.
Yeah, I
in
remember.
the park, yeah. In the park with the BB gun. Like, I mean, if that ain't part of, if you can get killed doing that, man, then that's part of being a kid.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I
used to
remember when
love
I was a kid, we all had toy guns,
Y'all
BB
did it.
guns.
Yeah.
I mean, that was just, that was part of growing up.
And you know, I don't think they shed enough light on that. But still though, when you see that situation, how can you look at that and then say it ain't a severe need for training?
Yeah.
Or something, because something got to be done. If they got to get the military to step in, you know what I'm saying, for their brief intermission to because first thing, before you build, you got to destroy, right? You can't build on top of build. No, you got to destroy to build, you know?
Do you think we need to start over from scratch?
I think you got to.
So do you think capitalism needs to be ended? And is that the problem, you think?
I think, oh man, because I'm such a victim of capitalism. But I think that capitalism needs to. I'm gonna say this. I think that capitalism could be a good thing. Capitalism could be a good thing if we figure out a way, some way, and I know it's impossible, it's never going to happen. But you know what I'm saying, I don't like capitalism, but I understand the concept of capitalism, and capitalism could be a good thing if we have more order and structure in America. You can't say this is the land of the free and then, you know, you go capitalism. You know what I mean? Like, we need more structure in it. I hate it, but I'm not against it.
You think capitalism and white supremacy kind of are wrapped up together or go hand in hand?
Of course, goes back to what I'm saying. Back to what I was saying. I totally understand why.
That goes back to what I said. Our country was started by rich white men.
Yeah,
and mostly they still have all the power.
Pretty much. And yeah, and that's what it is. And the thing is about it is that am I saying I'm not for one thing, for somebody to sit up here and say all white people are just against, that is ridiculous. That's ridiculous because even the white supremacy people in power, it's a whole bunch of white people that they feel the same way about. You know what I mean? It's only them. You know what I'm saying? So, but you know, it's bad that, you know, see, even the white people in the same boat with us look at us like they better than us when really we in the same boat. All of us. You know what I mean?
So you're saying there's no way we can be in the same boat. We might be in the same ocean, but some are in yachts and some are in canoes, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got one big yacht and then we got a bunch of canoes and all this. But I will tell you this though. Back in, like I said, we just came out of that whole thing with racism or whatever. I will say this, that the younger generation, and as time goes, even the people that raise their kids with that racist ideology, the kids are growing up to take more of their own mind, despite going against their parents. Not like, you know what I'm saying? Not like when you was growing up. When you were growing up, what your parents said, that's just what it was. But this generation is more free-minded than, and slowly but surely we are getting to where we want to be. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
I think social media and the internet has a lot to do with that, even though sometimes it's bad, but it's allowed everybody to learn things instantly, you know, from all over the world.
Right.
That's a good thing.
Right. Social media is a gift and a curse. What can you do? Yeah. It's a gift and a curse, just like hell, I don't know, cars. You know how ripped and fit we was before cars?
How what?
I'm talking about you know how ripped and fit and in shape we was before cars?
That was different, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was different. We used to ride horses. You got to be fit. You got to be in shape. Yeah. We was walking around here looking like superheroes. It's a gift.
I even grew up without cell phones. Can you imagine that?
Yeah, I grew up without cell phones.
Yeah. You're probably in the late 30s, early 40s?
Mid 30s, 35.
Okay.
Yeah. I grew up without cell phones. They came around later.
Yeah. So tell me something. Are you afraid for your life if you're pulled over by a cop?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And you didn't hesitate when you said that.
No, I didn't. No, man. No. Let me tell you, man. When these videos and camera phones started coming out and people were killing cops and people were surprised and people were saying, "Oh my God, cops are killing Black people." I was surprised. I couldn't believe that they didn't know this. I saw somebody get killed by a cop when I was 10 years old. I saw somebody get killed by a cop when I was 19 years old. I saw somebody kill my cousin when I was 25 years old. I've heard this dude way back in the day, this dude I used to know, real popular dude. Cops killed him. He got shot in both his armpits. I thought this was common knowledge. I thought that everybody knew that already. So when the world was shocked, I was like, shit, I was shocked at the world.
Yeah. I think it's probably maybe 2019 before it really started dawning on most of us that was a regular thing that happened.
Yeah.
You know, when people got cell phones with cameras on them, you know, and everybody gets to film everything, that brought everything out in the open,
Yeah,
you know, and
yeah,
it was a big shock for a lot of us to realize just how much that happens. And
yeah. I mean, yeah. I thought it was a common thing. I'm gonna tell you, when I was 15 years old, I was riding my bike back from the grocery store. My grandma sent me to go get some prunes from Kroger's, and ride my bike back from the grocery store. The police zipping up and down the street. I'm not paying no attention, right? Then they came, two of them, surrounded me, came up. I'm like, oh, you know, whatever, right? They got out, flashed light, fell out my face, say, "Where your ID?" I said, "I got no ID. I'm 15." Told them all my information, right? They said, "Hey, get in the car." They rode, they took us over to a back street in the neighborhood, like a little back street, like a little alley street in between houses, you know. They took me back there, beat me up, kicking me in the face. I was scared out of my mind. And then he held me up to the car. He put the flashlight in my face again. And he was like, "Okay, now you don't fit the description."
wow.
They left me there. Yeah,
Now, where was this?
Augusta, Georgia,
Wow.
Richmond County.
Yeah.
Richmond County deputy did that to me when I was 15 years old. And yeah, Richmond County did that to me. And you know, it's kind of like, what can you do?
Yeah. You have a good reason to fear for your life. If that's,
Yeah,
you know, yeah. So do you know any police officers personally?
yeah. I know some police officers.
Are they good people? The ones you know?
Very good people.
Yeah.
Very good people. Hold up. My bad. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. A lot of people, a lot of police really just want to help people.
Yeah.
A lot of police really want to help people. That's why I say is all police are not bad, but you know, it is some bad ones, and unfortunately, a lot of the bad ones are in very high places. So it's kind of like even the good ones they really don't outpower, you know, the powers that be.
Yeah.
So, but it is good police out there.
Yeah. So what do you think about Donald Trump? Or do you try not to?
Hey man, I think that I'm gonna say this. Because I kind of, like I said, Trump, I kind of just, you know, I was not with Trump for the sake of being a team player, but the way my income set up, no, I'm not going to say that, you know, he was the worst. You know what I mean? But I am against Trump because, you know, I don't straddle the fence. I kind of, you know, I kind of roll with, you know, I kind of roll with the people at times, especially when it comes to that. You know, I roll with the people. So,
well, I'm glad he's gone.
Yeah. I'm glad he's gone because, you know what? Let me tell you, man. When Donald Trump became president, I lost all my faith in the. You know what I mean? Like that was not what I grew up thinking. I did not think that somebody could just come off a reality show and be president. That was not what I was taught in school. Yeah. I was taught that politicians and you got to have accolades and something to be the president. You got to be more than just somebody that get rich about credentials, right? Exactly. And to tell the truth, when he got elected and I seen that he became president, that kind of just blew it for me. I'm gonna keep it real. I kind of just, you know, hell, at this point, hell, I don't care. Come on, man. We might as well let the Undertaker be president. Why not?
Well, do you think Kanye West will run again next time?
Yeah, might as well, man. Might as well. We just had Donald Trump. Might as well. Why not?
Well, he and Donald Trump are good friends, aren't they?
Yeah. But the fact that Donald Trump became president, a Kanye West, a fucking Hulk Hogan wouldn't be far-fetched. The Rock, that wouldn't be far-fetched. Nothing would be far-fetched at this point to me.
No. You know, I was taught in school that anybody can grow up to be president. I never believed that before, but now I do.
Now, yeah, you know what? Hey, I'm telling you, it is definitely a reality now.
Yeah, it was a reality check, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Definitely.
Well, before I let you go, is there anything else you want to say that I haven't given you a chance to say about anything?
No, just want to tell everybody, man, follow me, No Emotion Podcast. That is No Emotion Podcast, all in one word. No emotion. People love to put the S on it. It's no S. People love saying no emotions, but no, it's No Emotion
Okay.
Podcast, all one word. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Look me up, man. You know, you definitely gonna learn something. It might not be what you would think you was gonna learn, but you're definitely gonna learn something.
All right. Good deal. Well, I appreciate you being with me tonight.
Ah man, thanks, Holden.
I enjoyed it. Folks, thanks for tuning in to Holding On with Holder. Please subscribe to my channel and feel free to share this video all over social media, and be sure to check out Paypa Staxx on his No
Paypa.
Emotion podcast. And brother, I will let you go, and thanks again for being my guest. You have a great evening.
You too, man.
All right, bye-bye.
All right.